Hey Zach, man, y'all doing a lot of shooting lately, aren't you? I thought it'd be cool to have a little report of where we are in the season right now.
Oh yeah, glad to be here and do one tonight.
Nice, yeah. And so y'all shot this past weekend. You got coming up this weekend. We got matches happening all over the place, but tonight we wanted to focus on just the Thunder Valley stuff that's happening right now. And so I wanted to talk about this past match and then talk about the one coming up and maybe compare and contrast them and just what you're seeing in the ELR season so far. If that sounds good to you.
Yep, awesome. Yeah, great.
All right,
Uh,
so cool. So today's we're currently recording this on April 2nd, and so we're talking about this last match. This was a regional match at Thunder Valley. Is that right? The last weekend.
yep, this was one of our. I want to call it our one day, but they're all one days there at Thunder
Sure.
Valley. The biggest separator between like our regional match and our national series match, for the
Hmm.
East Coast ELR is usually we won't have any title sponsors or stuff for our regional matches.
Hmm.
They're a 125 entry fee versus the 250. They don't have any payouts.
Okay.
We have a trophy that a small plaque that we give out goes to first place in each
Nice.
division versus trophies for top three shooters and top three spotters and
I got you.
so on and so forth. So
And so you still run heavy and light division?
we still run heavy and
Okay.
light.
Okay.
We usually run a few more rounds. Like one of the things that we're going to do, and I'll maybe get into it a little more detail when we start talking about that. But one thing that we're doing in the regional match or the series match for the East Coast is we are adding a cold bore, which I haven't done before,
Okay.
uh, and we're going to finish up with what I call a hot bore,
Okay.
because so your first string and your last string will have six shots because that was we've actually talked to a lot of shooters, Thunder Valley shooters, and we're going to try it out in some of our East Coast matches, at least at Thunder Valley, to see how it goes, kind of like a test. But we're
Okay.
running single targets, so shooter will only engage one target with 5 rounds. Uh, we're still playing with the 2 and 2 minute and 30 second for that string. We ran them this last weekend at 2 minutes. Um, Light had no trouble. The heavy guys, I don't know what's wrong with heavy guys, but
Well, I
they were.
mean, the guns are heavier. They're bigger guns. I mean, they're
I
heavy.
don't know what it is, but 2 minutes was fast, and I thought it was fast. In all honesty, when I was running the timer, I kind of thought it was fast because at first it doesn't sound too bad. It's
Mhm.
2 minutes on your bolt close. You don't have a transition. You're already on target. But some of those guys were struggling, and I think it has to do with time of flight. And I don't care how well you manage recoil. When some of those bigger guns, they push you off, takes you a little time to get
Mhm.
settled back in. But 2 minutes was tight. We actually had some guys time out, which normally
Sure.
wouldn't have timed out. So we may experiment with 2:30 under the umbrella of, hey, if we give you 2:30 on the clock, respect my time when you're off the clock and be ready when it's your time to go on the clock.
That'll kill an ELR match, like the timing of an ELR match from one shooter finishing to the next shooter starting is just dead time. That's time that somebody's robbing from every other competitor, and that's one of the things we have to watch on. So I agree. I think we could give a lot more time as long as people are mindful of being ready as soon as the other shooter finishes. So that's just I think you're right. That's a general problem that we just match directors have to be aware of.
Right. And I kind of laid it out for him after the match too on that was like, hey, I'll mind your time if you mind mine.
Right. Right. That's right. That's right.
Uh, because
So, sorry, go ahead.
we actually ran a little long and heavy. I mean, luckily we have the time, we have the space to do that within. But it'll be much tighter on our East Coast Series match because there's a lot more shooters. We had so I told him, I said, hey, we're gonna have to tighten this up uh for real in 2 weeks.
Sure. So,
Uh
so let's talk about then. So, regional match. How many shooters did you have for this last one?
we had 22 uh signed up, 19 got scores. A
Okay.
couple even had gun trouble. The first one had a bolt problem, but So yeah, we had 19 in light and 13 in heavy.
Good.
Pretty good fields for around here, especially for that size match.
Right. Right. Do you
March.
know off the top of your head if there were any new shooters in the bunch?
Yeah, some of them were I would say new to us. They
Sure.
were Thunder Valley shooters that
Oh, good.
have come up there and have shot stuff before. And Tom's been like, "Hey, come shoot a match. I built you this rifle, and you come out here and practice. Let's put it to work."
Great. Yeah, that's what we want. Good. Good.
And I think most of those shooters are coming to shoot the East Coast ELR match this following weekend. So they're going to come back. They liked what they saw and had a good time. Several of them shot both divisions. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, and some of them finished really well.
Good. Good.
So
So so if I'm a light gun or a heavy gun shooter that shows up at your regional match, what happens?
what do you mean?
Like on one of these one days, like is that a 5 shot string? Is that you see
They're
you're
all
talking about your time?
they're 5 shot strings. There'll be 5 to 6 targets.
Hmm.
Uh, the ones we've been doing lately in heavy gun are 5 targets, not 6 targets. So they're
Okay.
20 rounds. Again, that's actually come from a lot of the shooters. They're like, hey, these big guns are expensive and their rounds are
Sure.
expensive, and uh, some of our targets there, we're still laying out some of the spreading them out. We can get 5 targets, 80 to 100 yards apart instead
Okay.
of targets 30 yards apart.
Sure. Sure.
Uh, so they tend to like, hey, let's save the rounds. It makes their transition a little easier, keeps them pretty much all on the same field.
Okay.
But so that's what we would normally do on a region, like 25 rounds for the regional match. Plus our regional matches, we also run what we call attack. Uh,
Okay.
that's one that Tom Sarver himself actually came up with. It's really good. Uh, it's fun. They're all IPSC targets. Uh,
Okay.
and he runs. Uh, it has one match. There's 10 targets, so it'll be 5 on the light course and there's 5 on the heavy course. Uh, tack, you engage the target with up to 3 rounds, but if you hit it, you move on. As soon as you hit it, you move on. So if you hit it on the first round, you go to the next round. So you can clean tack with 10 rounds, or
Okay.
you miss everything and it takes you 30 rounds. Uh, but they're all IPSCs and they start at around 1,000 yards and go to 24-45.
Oh wow. Yeah. That's getting some distance on it, especially for an IPSC. But the IPSC's roughly what, 36 by
Uh,
24 ish?
I think they're 30. Yeah, they're 28 or 30 by
Okay.
uh, 20 or 24.
I got you.
They're not that. They're definitely MOA size targets at 2,400 yards.
I got you. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And that's what I've never shot IPSC much. I've just, I was trying to look up, yeah, 18 inches wide by 30 inches tall. So 18
Right.
inches wide, which is what you're worried about with windage on a torso target in ELR. Man, that's a, what is that? A 3/4 MOA target at 2,400 yards. So,
Right.
yeah, so that's tough on your windage,
Uh,
and just barely over an MOA tall. So,
and just as a sneak peek, I told you we do the cold bore, hot bore on our
hmm
East Coast ELR match.
hmm
Uh, the 24-45 hot bore shot is on a full size IPSC at 24-45.
I got you.
And
So
how
you
that'll
say
run is we'll take your 5 shots on that particular string, which is the last string of the day for you. You'll take your
mhm.
5 shots on the big plate, and then you'll
Okay.
move over. It's literally 5 yards to the right, and take one shot at the IPSC.
So let me ask you, what are you going to do about people hitting the IPSC when they're shooting at the big plate?
I guess we'll worry about that when it happens. But
Yeah, that's within the windage on some of these at 2,400 yards. That'll be fun. But it just won't count. But it gives you some data, I guess, which the data should be the same. But so the difference between cold bore and hot bore, just so I've got this right. So cold bore is going to be the first shot of the day, first target. Okay, and what size, or do you want to say what size target that's
Oh
going
no,
to
no,
be?
no! You can actually go to the ER line. All my targets for this match are listed on there under that
Okay.
match. So if anybody's out there wondering that's coming and wondering what they are and haven't looked yet, get on the ELR Alliance website. Click on that match under view details.
Hmm.
You click on view details, it's going to come up. It'll tell you what my azimuth is, what my angle,
Oh, nice.
what the target size is, and what the distance is, and how many rounds you're going to be firing at that target.
And just to help people like me find it, what exactly is going to be the name of this match if I go to the ELR Alliance website and look?
It is under the East Coast ELR Series Terminus Action Spring Thunder in the Valley Heavy Gun and Light Gun.
Okay, great. And so the cold bore target, what size is it going to be
For light gun,
for light
it
gun?
is a 10-inch square at 1,000.
Okay, and for heavy gun?
It is a approximately a 20-inch square at 1704.
Okay, and that will be just one shot,
One shot.
and then you'll transition to your first target of stage one.
Right.
Okay,
And light that'll be 996 and it'll be I believe it's an 18-inch square. So
okay,
you're getting almost double the size to put your 5 rounds on.
okay.
So
And so your total round count for light and heavy gun for this match is going to be what?
for heavy it's 27.
Okay,
For light it is 32.
okay. All right, so six targets for light plus hot bore and cold bore.
Right. So eight
Okay,
targets for light gun and 7 targets for heavy gun.
okay, I got you. Um, how do on your just so I'm clear on the regionals, that's a Thunder Valley series kind of. It doesn't it right now as currently it doesn't go to East Coast ELR standings or points.
Correct. Nope.
Okay,
It's its own series.
okay, all right. But it's a good opportunity for people to shoot that venue, get data, and a great opportunity for a test and tune, if nothing else, before the East Coast ELR region or series match.
Right, and that's one reason that we shortened up. We tried to keep 8 targets,
Hmm.
7 targets, 8 targets. So you have it. But what that does is it allows us to manipulate someone. So when you do come, you won't always shoot the same ones.
Sure, sure. That's good. That's good. Um, so how did this last weekend go then? So we've talked about sort of how it's set up and everything. Was there anything, any statistics, anything that stood out to you as far as this last weekend's match?
No, but we'll give a shout out to some of our winners. We can start out in heavy gun. That's where we started the day. We had some really tough weather to deal with. The temperature was cold. I don't know what it is. Hopefully, this coming weekend in April, we can finally break that. But it was in the 20s to start this
Ooh,
match. Uh,
brutal. Yeah.
it was overcast, and I was on the camera most of the day, sitting in the shade. And I tell you what, I was shaking so bad by noon. I didn't think I'd ever. I couldn't remember what it was like to not be shivering.
That's tough, man. Uh,
But but anyhow, yeah, we had, like I said, 13 shooters in uh heavy gun. Uh Tom Sarver, he won heavy gun with his 416.
nice.
Uh he hit 10 out of 25
Okay.
rounds
Okay,
fired.
good.
Did excellent. I think he was the only one that got rounds on every plate.
Okay.
Uh and like I said, it had nothing to do with like some would say, home field advantage.
All
It
right.
the wind was a great equalizer there. In fact, I think if home field advantage had been in play, it got them all. But
Right. Right.
nature had something else to say. And just uh, to add to that, James Holm, he's
Okay.
another one of those first time
Oh,
competition
great.
shooters.
Yeah.
Uh, he ended up second, and Matt Delano was third.
All right. What was James' last name again? He got
Holm,
second.
Holum, Holum.
Okay. All right. Well, congrats, James. Thanks for coming out. Looking forward to seeing you on the firing line more.
Yep. And to show you what the disparity was, second had 4 out of 25.
Oh wow, yeah, yeah. Well, now did you? So with the wind being, did it stay fairly constant all day as far as conditions?
It did. It
Oh,
it
good.
it, it the Thunder Valley is indiscriminatory when it comes to wind.
I got you. I got you.
You usually get blows and blows harder.
I, anything else in heavy gun that was interesting or you wanted to point out?
No, other than like I said, our percentages stayed about the same. You know, you uh had targets that were 25%, you know, our 1780, which is
Okay.
target, decent, you know, but after that, man, 2281 was 5%, 2331 was 9%, 2380 was 9%, and 2445 was 10. So it was pretty
Oh
consistent
wow. Yeah.
at that. I mean, it kind of hit that level,
Yeah.
and you know, with an overall hit percentage of 10.3% on the match.
Yeah. That's what makes it fun, you know.
On any given day, you know what you're going to get.
That's right. That's right. What about so tell me about light gun.
Light gun, like I said, we ended up having 19 shooters that took a score, 22 I think total, but 19 took a score. Eric Jones, my spotter, or I'm his spotter, however you want to call that. He did a great job. He won the match, took
Awesome. Well, great, great.
60% with a 60%, 18 out of 30.
Nice.
Uh, James Phillips, how he had shot with us before, but he's generally a Thunder Valley guy.
Okay.
He's going to be joining us at the East Coast DLR match there, the Terminus match coming up
Oh,
this.
good. Good.
He was second also with 18, and there was only 500 points between first and second.
Oh, man, one impact. Yeah.
Right on
Yeah.
any of them, and Zach Milliron rounded out the top three.
Nice.
He come up with a great showing up there. He's usually a pretty solid shooter, and he's a Thunder Valley. He's traveled around a little bit with us,
Gotcha.
but he's trying to expand his ride. And again, all three of them had 18 impacts. It all depended on where you were,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
and again, he was only 1,000 points off the lead.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha. So,
even there, another one that was within one impact.
yep. Yep, man. Basically a three-way heat at the top.
Right, right.
So how were the hit percentages per the target distances? Anything interesting there?
A lot more like what you're used to seeing, you know, and that just tells you, I think, as tough as the weather was, distance was the multiplier.
Sure.
Because you know we started out at 996 there, 67% hitting, you
Yeah.
know, regardless of the weather conditions. At 1107 it was 48%. You know, at 1207 it was 45%.
Hmm.
1650 it dropped down to 22. 1700 it was 24%, and the 1760 was 28%.
Okay. Okay. Um, what was your overall hit percentage for the match for light?
39.3, which is right about what it was at Black Bear.
Okay, that's funny how yeah, it'd be interesting to see how the data runs out over a whole season. So that's interesting to see. Let me ask. I'm curious as far as the shooters that had issues. What did and just thinking about issues on the fire line, was it more scope related, rifle related? I'm just trying to maybe help
I think
other
one was a
ELR
scope
shooters see what may fail.
one was a scope issue, and one was something the guy's bolt wasn't resetting on the trigger or something. So that may have been more of a trigger issue
Sure.
than a
Which
bolt issue.
I've seen surprising, and it's not very common, but you see trigger issues. I mean, a lot of times you're running them light, you're subjecting them to a pretty good bit of recoil and everything. So
Uh,
trigger issues can show up.
I think even to the best of them,
Yeah.
dust and dirt.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen matches where a person closes their bolt and the shot goes off and the bolt closes, and they quickly have to leave the firing line. It just happens. But that's an issue. And then I guess I would probably say scope issues are probably number one. If not, after that, I would probably say I've seen scope mount issues.
Right.
So something with your optics tends to be, to me, the thing I probably see most often is failures to eject. That issues with
Muzzle
yeah,
loading.
yeah, muzzle loading, and we'll get into that in a future episode. I don't want to derail this one. So that was anything else from the match this past weekend?
Uh, no, we got some more of them coming up. Like I said, we have
Nice.
three on
So
this season.
tell me what's coming up.
So we have this one, which was the regional.
Mm-hmm.
April 11th is coming, not this weekend, not Easter weekend, but the following weekend. We have the East Coast ELR Series Terminus actions match there at Thunder Valley. It's the bigger one. We've got a lot of shooters coming. We still have some spots, so if you're thinking about it or on the fence, come join us. We'll make room for you. I think
Nice.
we're right around 40 light shooters and
Okay.
25 or 26 heavies right now.
Now, will the range be available on Friday, or will that be a Saturday morning? Or
Glad you brought that up. This was our last. Normally at Thunder Valley, we don't get the range open on Friday. We're usually getting it ready and some other stuff. But again, with the matches growing, getting a better field of shooters and more shooters coming up, and time constraints, we are switching that. That was our last match where we ran from 9 to like 9:30 ish with sighters on Saturday morning.
okay,
That is now not going to happen anymore. We're going to have test and tune day like a lot of other places, or I should say the rest of the world does it, from 11 to 3 on Friday.
I got you. So if you're a shooter, tell me you come on in early, huh?
Right. Come
Yeah.
in. We will open up and have steel available. We'll ask you and designate match steel. Do not shoot the match steel. We will
Mhm.
be checking. Uh, but there are plenty of targets out there. There are some at the match distances.
Okay.
We're not going to ding you for that if you're not shooting a match steel.
Yeah, I got you.
If it's there and it's not the match steel, it's fair game.
And the match still will be designated somehow, or
Yeah.
be told to the shooters. Good. Okay. Okay. So shooters, you've heard it here first. Get there early. Don't shoot match steel, but get there early and get some data.
Right. Yep. You can get up there and get some data. It's a good place to do that. Again, I won't guarantee you what you have on Friday is what you'll see on Saturday.
That's right. That's right.
Um, just a couple of side notes at Thunder Valley, the sun rises at your back and sets in your face.
Oh yeah.
Um, Other caveats to Thunder Valley, you can't predict the wind. You can't
Mhm.
say, "Oh, I want to shoot early." Uh, Thunder Valley is probably 50-50. I've been there
Oh.
when the wind is howling in the morning and dies in the afternoon, and I've seen
Huh.
it do 180. I've seen it dead still in the morning and wind howling in the afternoon, which is a lot of places.
Right. Right.
But uh, yeah, with the setup there, you really can't predict it. It's a flip of the coin if you get that or not.
And shooter selection will be random draw again, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Random draw. We depending on where we are now, we're probably starting to break them down into squads.
Okay.
Uh, so that random draw will be random, uh, but it probably won't be like match day. You'll get come in and you'll get told where you're sitting.
Okay. Okay. All
Uh,
right.
I think we're still going to be able to. One thing that we do at Thunder Valley, there's not a lot of switching out where you
Right.
sit, where you're going to sit all day. Where you shoot will be where you shoot all day. Um,
Which
we've got
which is a huge advantage in ELR as far as just having that option at a venue, because setting up is one of the biggest pains, moving and setting up, and that is a huge advantage that Thunder Valley has for the shooter. So that's great.
which is why we can run some of these, 60 shooter matches, both light and heavy. Well, 60 total, 40 and
Mhm.
20, or however you look at that, 45 and 25, all in one day,
Right.
uh, for light and heavy, and not have anything, not any first shots until 9:30.
Right.
So we're
Yeah.
not
It's
starting
yeah.
at
It's
the
amazing.
on.
Right.
We usually ask you be there around 7 to 7:30. Get in there, get settled down. We can tell you where you're setting up. You can get yourself set up, and we have a safety brief. Talk about the match a little bit, and then everybody can go off to where they're gonna spend their day. Except for, like I said, I'll chat a little bit here for a second on it. Uh, the way we're gonna shoot that many shooters is I make a squad of the guys that are shooting heavy,
Okay.
guys that are shooting both, and ones that have spotters that are shooting one or the other. Uh,
Okay.
right now, it's looking we have around 12 or 13 people in that group. That'll be squad one. Uh, we will probably start them on stage one in light gun.
Okay.
shoot their entire light gun course of fire, while that other squad of heavy, of again, right now it's looking around 12 to 13 shooters, shoots their heavy sequence.
Okay.
They'll finish up, and that should be hopefully just about the time that the other squad for heavy finishes up shooting their light gun series. They'll come
Right.
up. So what it looks like we're going to have. I have to talk to one of my other ROs and see how he wants to do. Whether he wants to take like a squad of 28, which are
Hmm.
all down there on the firing line at one time, and let them run through their sequence, or whether we try to break that into like two 14s
I
and
got you. I got
two
you.
separate ROs. And again, everybody will just chase each other through. Like as soon as squad one finishes target one and
Hmm.
moves on to target two, that second squad is going to start on target one.
Okay. Okay.
So they're not like a whole match behind; they're one target behind.
I got you. I got
Uh,
you.
and then we may do the same thing if we break that into the 14. We may get another RO. A friend of mine's thinking about doing it for us. If we can do that, he will take that third squad of heavy or light and start them once that second squad moves on. Uh,
Okay.
Doing the time the way that we shot this last match based off the last match, I think that the last rounds will probably finish up somewhere around 2 o'clock for light gun. And we should have all of light gun somewhere around 2 o'clock, 2:30.
Okay.
If everything goes well with heavy gun, they're going to be maybe an hour behind them. And
Okay. Man, that's fantastic, man. You get a good day of shooting in and still be able to get back somewhere and get a good supper. So
right, right. So, like you said, that was one of the other things I think we touched on a little bit. People were asking what the difference was between the two.
mhm.
Like I said, we have more trophies, payout for your top three in each
Mhm.
division. Um, that makes it a little more worth it for
Okay.
your efforts coming out, and that justifies the little higher match fees.
Sure.
Uh,
Your total shot count for light and heavy in this match is what?
like I said, it's going to be 27
That's
for
right. That's right.
and 32
That's right. That's right. I remember you saying. Yep, that's right.
plus whatever
Um,
you use in practice.
okay. All right. So I mean, somebody could load up 50 rounds, have more than have however many they want for, or have that for data day, and 50 rounds would be plenty to get some data and shoot the match.
Right, exactly. And that's
Yep.
what we've been breaking down to lately is,
Hmm.
guys want to be able to take, hey, that's what a lot of you buy a lot of your brass in boxes of 50, and you can come and shoot the entire match
That's right.
on 50 rounds. Uh, that's more important. We actually do get quite a few of our light guys, like Joe Latta, uh,
Hmm.
Mike Drake. Well, Mike Drake's actually using two different guns this year. He built himself a heavy gun.
Okay.
Uh, but a lot of those guys are pulling but double duty with the same rifle.
I got you. I got
Because
you.
if you're legal in light, you're legal in heavy, not the other
Right.
way
Right.
around. uh, but at any rate, yeah. So there is time to do that. I know I've gotten a lot of questions this last week, like, "Hey, you're doing on a boat day. Will I be able to do this without running back and forth?" And I said, "Yep. I hate the running back and forth as a spotter for a guy that shoots heavy. That's a lot of work. He's usually shooting light. I'm shooting light. He's shooting heavy, and it feels like all day we were running,
Oh yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and we're not prepared for any of them."
No, that's right. That's right. You're always behind. Yeah, when you're doing that, I've done it, and it's tough. So everybody get on the ELR lines, get signed up. It's going to be a great match, great time. It'll be beautiful, beautiful weather.
Yes,
Great
right now
spring.
it is.
Yeah, yeah. So it's going to be good. Hopefully, it won't be 20 degrees. Knock on wood. So, Zach, anything else this evening?
Nope, I think that's good. Just want to hopefully see you guys out there on Saturday and get to see some of your smiling faces.
All right, man. Well, hey, I hope everything goes great. Can't wait to see the results from this one. We'll do another post match roundup, and we'll see you soon. And looking forward to hearing about it.
All right, sounds good.
All right,
Maybe
man.
maybe for the following Wednesday here, we'll be due for one of our Impact ELRs. We'll get it on there for you.
Absolutely. That'll be great, Zach. I'm looking forward to it, buddy. Hope everything goes well.
All right, thanks.
All right. Bye.